On this episode of Glo Travels, I travel to Lawton, Oklahoma, and it's a little bit different because it is just my Snapchat story of my 3 day stay in Oklahoma. We pretty much drove 287 up until Wichita Falls, and then you take 44 up, and then it goes through Lawton. But we stopped at this place called the Pecan Shed, and it was a really cool little shop. It kind of reminded me of like a small little Buc-ee's. We stopped and we got some goods there, and then we headed on up into Oklahoma. Once we got to Lawton, we had to check in at the visitor center at Fort Sill. The whole reason why my family traveled to Lawton, Oklahoma was to see my nephew graduate from basic combat training. It was a really cool experience just kind of seeing they had demonstrations where you could see some of the things that they have learned. The event was outside, so this was on a Thursday. So it was family day on Thursday, and then on Friday was the actual graduation. I had separated from my family and moved up close and just kind of sat down on the ground and to capture my video. And when it was all over, they just let them kind of disperse into the crowd, and it was really funny because I'm like getting up from the ground and I'm just trying not to get trampled on, and so I get up and then I was about to say, "Oh, excuse me," and it was my nephew, Tavon. I didn't even recognize him. I'm just so proud of him. He was like a soldier, and I just didn't connect the dots immediately that was Tavon. And then of course I hugged him, and then we like found my family. And it was a really cool experience, just like seeing him for the first time in his uniform.
Remain in this uniform. The uniform we're about to bring him out the entire time until they return. Civilian attire is not authorized while on pass. Soldiers who Drill Sergeant Morrell. Walking down the street one day. Walking down the street one day.
So we placed that order at IHOP, and now we're walking to Starbucks because I do not have an Oklahoma Starbucks cup yet. Whoa!
Run! Run! Jimmy! Jimmy! Jimmy!
After the graduation, we went to lunch at IHOP, and then of course she saw me trip going to Starbucks. Then we went to the hotel and played around. I walked to Cracker Barrel. We took him to dinner, and we had to be back. We had to have him back to the base by 8 o'clock. And so we were just making sure that we did that because we did not want to get him in trouble. Every time you go to the base as a visitor, you got to have like your visitor pass. And one of my nephews forgot his visitor pass. And so that was him like right before the check-in point. We had to like leave him there because he could not come in. Do you want to ride?
I need a ride.
Okay. So all roads eventually lead to Walmart.
With me? I need one. I should have got one.
On Friday morning, we arrived extremely early to do graduation. We wanted to make sure we had a great seat, and then we got to see our nephew march in. And so we got there like 8, and it didn't start until like 10. But like I said, we got to see we got to see Tavon walk in, and that was cool. We had to wait quite a while, but thankfully we had some entertainment. This band came and played some songs for us.
boys will find out where you are. Yes, you are. You know why you're the greatest? 0.6% of the 319 million. 1, 2, 3. Yes, you are. Yes, we are the greatest. You know why? Because we're the best army.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated while the graduates exit the table.
After the graduation, we went to Whataburger because Stephanie had never been to Whataburger before. She is a California girl. Then we actually kind of like had a picnic at a local park that had a war memorial, a little lake, and it had ducks. It was a really cool park that we just kind of, hung out at in order to spend time with
They're gonna
Tavon.
come and talk to me. No, get back, bird. Get back.
That's aggressive thing.
They don't like the French fry.
We could actually hang out with Tavon until 8 p.m. And so after the park, we went and played miniature golf at this place called Lunar Golf, which is like this cool experience, like in the dark. But we had to go to Walmart again because my sister dropped her phone in the toilet. So we had to go get some rice.
This is exit
Arrived
only.
at Lawton Regional Airport.
Not the way to go.
Saturday morning, we dropped Stephanie off at the airport. We said goodbye to Stephanie and to Lawton, Oklahoma. I actually came to Oklahoma with my parents and my nephews, but I just came home with my sister on that Saturday. My parents and my nephews had left the day before, but we stayed an additional day. We had a really great trip back. We stopped at the Texas Welcome Center in Wichita Falls, and we got some literature. And of course, I took tons of pictures and, acted like a tourist.
We are stopping at Buc-ee's. When we see it, we stop.
We stopped in South Lake, which is about 30 or 40 minutes away from Dallas. And they have this awesome town square that I had heard about. And there's shopping and tons of places to walk. Very nice. If you travel, I want to say we were still in 287 at that point. I don't even know. But look it up. It's a cool little place to go and shop and walk and like spend a Saturday. And it had my favorite restaurant, Mi Casino. Since we stopped like a million different times, it took us forever to get home, but it was a really good trip back. And I really enjoyed my trip to Lawton, Oklahoma, and just to spend time with my family was very nice. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Glo Travels. You can find me on Snapchat at Glo Culture.